If you want to make this team work, you need to respect some specific things. First, you will deal a lot of damage from like pure damage of healed. This is why you will need to have a lot of critical strike rates, critical strike damage, and attack buff. And we got all of these things from Merlin and Lagertha and also Viven, but you will also need to have some effect accuracy to explode the different debuffs that you got with Hide. Hide has own dots, and you will need to have effect accuracy if you want to explode these dots. And this is why you will need to use the skill 3 of Viven to increase the effect accuracy of Hide, because Hide is very insane, but she needs attack, she needs effect resistance, she needs critical strike rate, critical strike damage, and effect accuracy. This is very hard to get all of these stats, and this is why in this team we play with three different supports to allow her to have all of these stats and to destroy Gorgos very easily, even if she is the only one damage dealer in the team. Well, as you can see, nothing specific here. I just pressed auto. I'm gonna show you the skill order settings. So you will need to respect this skill order settings. Skill 3, 2, and 2 on Lagertha. Skill 3 and 2 on Hide. Skill 2 and 3 on Viven. And 3, 2, 2 for Flame Merlin. If you respect these things and everything that I explained to you before, then you will see that it is very easy now to deal very decent damage on this boss without that much RNG. You probably have some RNG, maybe you will die, but it should not take too long for you to deal the maximum damage on the boss and success for the Hall of Conquerors. You can also, what I recommend you to do is like secure the 100 Hz on Gorgos with this team in using this setup, and then if you already have cleared all the different bosses of Hall of Conquerors, you have to know now everything is gonna be around the total damage done on the 3 bosses, and Blazing Gorgos is the only one boss with HAD. It means that if you want to reach the first rank in Hall of Conquerors, you're gonna also need to deal as much damage as possible on the HAD of Blazing Gorgos. It means that you can try to optimize this team to do maybe more AoE damage specifically for this boss, but well, I don't feel that it is very interesting because a lot of players are gonna probably try to do the same things, and you can spend a lot of time trying to reach the first rank and you will not have that much things. It is just about the extra chairs relics from Caliburn Archer. This is great, but I don't know if it's worth to spend that much time to try to be first. Specifically, after that I'm gonna release this video, I think a lot of players are just gonna spam the fight because it is very easy to win. So if you just have a lot of time, then you can restart until you deal the maximum damage on the HAD. So this is why I'm just telling you that if you have fear to do, then you can try. You probably should spam the skill 3 and only on healed if you want to expect to be the first, but this is not the point of this video. I really wanted to show you an easy comp without that much RNG to kill the boss easily. Here is maybe where you could have some problem, some issue to survive, because Blazing Gorgos gonna start to deal a lot of damage. So if you really can't survive in auto, it is only because you don't have the good speed tune. It is probably because you didn't respect my right speed, and you probably can't. But the important part on the end of the fight is to be sure that you're gonna have the defense buff before the big hit of the boss. He's gonna use very strong skill 2 times. So during these skills, you have to be sure that you have the defense buff from Merlin or from Viven. If you have defense buff, then you will be able to survive. It is not that hard. You have 2 different supports that can bring you the defense buff. Merlin with the 3rd passive or 2nd passive. When you use the skill 3 every 3 turns, you're gonna have the defense buff, and you can also have defense buff from the Chivalry 8 of Viven. So be sure that you have the defense buff before the boss using his 2 different strong skills, and you will be able to survive. As you can see, we still have 20 turns left. So for those who want to maximize the damage on this boss, you still have 20 turns left to maybe deal much more damage on the hat. So here is now the stats that you're gonna need. As you can see, a lot of attack on healed, effect resistance set with Ascension, some speed, but you don't need to have that much. What do we have? Not that much effect accuracy, because I have the... You will benefit from the skill 3 of Viven, so she will buff your effect accuracy, so it should be enough to land the different dots from healed. And a lot of effect resistance. Obviously, it's gonna highly increase your damage. And critical strike damage too. You don't need that much critical strike rate, because you will have the buff from Lagerta. So if you have 2 buffs, it means that you're gonna increase by 80%. So you should be right with 20 to 30% chance to 20 to 30% critical strike rate. Now let's speak about Viven. Nothing specific. Yes, some effect accuracy to land the dot, obviously. A lot of speed. If you want to secure the fight, then you want her to spam the skill 2 and then refresh her Chivalry 8 to allow you to have the defense buff on healed. As you noticed during the fight, it is really not difficult to kill the boss. I still have 20 turns left, so I more recommend you to focus on your survivability. You can even swap the effect resistance set with the life set to grant some extra 20% HP, where it is not, the problem is not gonna be about the damage. As I said, you have to increase your survivability. So maybe you should not respect exactly the different stats that you're gonna see here. I just recommend you to adapt your own gear. The most important part is obviously to survive. Normally you should not have that much problem to deal a lot of damage, to deal the maximum damage on Blazing Gorgos. So now we're gonna check the stats of the two other champs. So Lagerta and Flame Merlin, you can play Lagerta with damage dealer build, and you will, the most important part is to have enough effect accuracy to land the damage increase 2 that she has from her first passive, if I remember well. This is why he is playable on Gorgos, because Gorgos, I didn't read the different skills and passives of the boss at the beginning of the video, but the most important things on Gorgos and why do we use the dot, it is simply because if you put some defense down on Gorgos, then it's going to put the recovery disruption on your different champs and you will not be able to survive. That's why we mainly use dot, and also because he has debuff or buff that will increase the damage from dot explosion. But even if he's immune to defense down, he is not immune of the damage increase. So this is why you can't play champs like Morgan or like Claricine, but you will be able to play Lagerta because she will be able to put the defense, the increased damage on the boss. She will also increase the critical strike on heals, and she has hit accuracy buff from the skill 3 that can also help you to don't miss the different skills. And well, this is all for hide. Obviously Vigor set and effect accuracy. And now let's speak about Flame Merlin. Nothing specific here. I think I used some extra attack percent stuff, but he is in like mixed support and offensive build with 200 speeds. As I said, I don't think that you need absolutely to respect the different stats that I'm showing to you. This is my stats. Honestly, I just put the stuff that I have and I didn't change that much. You could just want to deal as much damage as possible, so you will have to adapt the gear equipment around that. But as I said, if you want to survive, you don't even need to have that much offensive stats on your support. As I said, you can even play healed much more tanky. You should not have that much problem to deal the maximum damage. The main issue is gonna be to survive. So guys, I think this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed to watch my new team on Blazing Gorgos, and believe me, it's gonna be much more easy than with Lancelot or whoever. This team is, I believe, the best comp right now to destroy Blazing Gorgos without that much difficulties. So bye bye guys, enjoy the video, see you soon for the next video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, you can find the formats of the gear equipment that I showed to you on my Discord. So if you want to check this format on the other bosses, then you can join my Discord. Bye bye guys, enjoy the game.